Hey Magic fans, it's Paul from the Let's Talk Magic podcast, formerly the Orlando Magic UK, here with your game day preview. Tonight we have a early tip for the Magic as they close out the road trip at the Indiana Pacers. This game will be a test of the Magic defence against the Pacers' superbly operating offensive play. The venue is the Gamebridge Field House in Indianapolis. UK tip time, fantastic, 10 p.m. So yeah, we'll still be a little bit tired Monday morning, but not as tired as normal. So that makes it a 5 p.m. tip for our friends in Orlando. To watch here in the UK, you will need an active NBA League Pass subscription. Talk about the Magic first of all. It's a 7-5 season record that we have, winning the last two games. We are on a road record of 4-3, 4 wins, 3 defeats, standing 7th in the Eastern Conference. Points per game, we're still ranking not brilliantly, 28th in the NBA out of 30 with 107.8 points per game, but it is in defence that they are excelling, conceding only 105.8 points per game, which is 4th in the NBA, seeing our defensive ranking rated as 2nd, 26th on offence. The Magic continue to rank poorly, as I say, on many offensive categories. However, the team are still 2nd in the league for free throws attempted and 4th in made, having made 244 of the 326 attempts. It's not a brilliant figure as far as a percentage of makes go. They are 9th in taking down offensive rebounds, which is a fantastic factor, so important for this team in getting additional points on the board. 2nd in steals per game, huge factor why opponents are turning the ball over against us so often. 2nd highest turnovers in opponents per game. Defensively, the Magic are conceding the 2nd fewest field goal attempts, opponent total rebounds made, and we have the fewest assists made against us of any team. Absolutely excelling in the defensive categories. Scoring, Franz Wagner is now leading the team with 18.5 points per game, followed by Paolo, who's had a bit of a drop-off in the last couple of games, down to 18.3 points per game. Cole Anthony leading the bench in scoring, also 3rd on the team with 13.3 points. Paolo is team leader for assists, 4.8 per game, and Jalen Suggs is still the team leader with 2.2 steals per game. That figure is actually the 3rd best in the NBA. Jonathan Isaac is taking blocks as if it's for fun. 18th in the NBA per game with 1.4 blocks per game. Last game, another thrilling victory in Chicago, and it was a virtual carbon copy of the game 2 nights before. 2nd straight game, Orlando held Chicago to an NBA season low, 33 points in the first half. On Wednesday night, the Bulls had fought back from 19 down. This time round, it was from 20 down. Much of it on the back of Zach LaVine. This time he got strong support from a returning DeMar DeRozan. For Orlando, important late scores came from Gary Harris, Franz Wagner and Jonathan Isaac. You can't speak highly enough of what Jonathan Isaac contributed to this game. Franz Wagner led the team in scoring with 21 points. 6 Orlando players made double-digit scoring. Jonathan Isaac posted season highs of 18 points and 9 rebounds. Gary Harris, 15 points, starting in place of Jalen Suggs. The starting unit, Anthony Black, Gary Harris, Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero and Goga Bitadze. From the bench, we saw Cole Anthony, Jonathan Isaac, Mo Wagner, Joe Ingles and Caleb Houston. Figures for that game, we had 24 assists, fantastic performance in the first half particularly. A little less ball movement in the second half. 46 total rebounds and we made 7 blocks. For tonight, it's much as we were. We have 2 players definitely out absent. Markelle Fultz, left knee tendonitis. Wendell Carter Jr., as you all know by now, has had surgery on fractured left middle finger and is not being evaluated again until the end of the month, but could easily be out until the new year. Jalen Suggs is again a game time decision. He's listed as probable, but with a knee injury, which, I mean, let's be fair, the boy's been beat up over recent weeks. If Jalen is fit to play, expect to see him drop into the starting unit again. If not, then Gary Harris will remain alongside Anthony Black, Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero and Goga Bitadze. Let's talk about the Indiana Pacers. Quick look back to their summer and last season. Mediocre 35-47 season last time round. Finishing 11th in the East. They added Bruce Brown and Obi Toppin in the summer, along with the number 8 draft pick Jarris Walker at power forward. Season stats, they are at 7-4 so far, having won their last game, standing 4th in the East. Points per game, very, very impressive, and we're going to have to hold on to them tonight for this. 126.5 points per game, first in the NBA. But they are conceding 123.4 points per game. Only one team concedes more points per game than the Pacers. Offensive rating, they are first in offensive rating. Defensively, 27th. So this is a team that shoots the ball incredibly well from anywhere, from every position. Number 1 in assists, field goals attempts and field goals made. Second in field goal percentage. They also value the ball and do not turn it over in any great numbers. Defensively, it's seeing them successfully limit the 3-point shot, but inside the arc, they are amongst the league's worst. So that has to be a positive for Orlando going into this game. Miles Turner, he is blocking the ball for fun. He's now at 1.7 blocks per game, one of the NBA's league leaders. Tyrese Halliburton is league leader in assists, 12.5 per game, and he's rating strongly in the scoring charts and also scoring 24.7 points per game. Miles Turner is second scoring on the team with 17.9 points per game, and Obi Toppin, since he's moved from New York, is proving highly efficient at shooting the two for them. Last time out, the Pacers took an impressive 132-126 road win over Philadelphia on the 15th. Means they've had 4 days off. They had a 9-point lead at the half, but the Pacers were pegged back in the third quarter and saw Philadelphia briefly take a lead in the final stint. However, shade over 6 minutes to go, the Pacers regained the lead and held it the rest of the way in. Tyrese Halliburton led the team with 33 points and 15 assists, closely followed by Toppin with 27 points. They started, it was Tyrese Halliburton, Benedict Mathurin, Bruce Brown, Obi Toppin and Miles Turner. Buddy Hield, Aaron Naismith, TJ McConnell, Isaiah Jackson, Andrew Nemhard and Jalen Smith all came from the bench. Jordan Nwora, Ben Shepherd and Jarris Walker, I keep getting his name wrong, Jarris Walker, were all available but did not play. It was a coaching decision by Rick Carlisle. So tonight they have zero injury concerns. They have a full squad available. I expect them to play the units that went out against Philadelphia. Their starting unit has only varied once this season when Tyrese Halliburton was unavailable. Head to head, 123 regular season games played, and the score stands at 52-71 to the Pacers. Last season was a 3-1 victory to the Pacers, winning both home games and once in Orlando. The Magic last won in Indianapolis on February the 2nd, 2022, and that being the only road win for the Magic in the last 6 visits. Final thought for tonight. As we say, the Pacers have had 4 days off, so they're coming to this fresh. This will be the Magic's 3rd game in that same period of time. So far this season, Orlando have not had a record below the 500 mark. It's important to remember that this team are also currently playing without 3 starters and have a rookie guard running the point. Turnovers do remain a concern. You can't pretend any other. And it's a huge factor in the loss of big leads that we've been having. We need to find a way to bring our first half play into the second half. There's a massive points differential between the two halves, and it's not making for comfortable watching for us Magic fans. I don't know about you guys, but the last two games against Chicago, I've been living on my nerves. Ridiculous. But let's finish on a positive note, showing the progression that this team is developing. As we say, they're a developing young team. They are making strides in adversity. Look back to last season. It took the Magic to game number 27 on December the 9th to get to win number 7, and we are there now. So if you enjoyed this preview, please give it a thumbs up and go Magic. Let's get that W.